Right now in Canada, over 1 million homeowners are sitting in a trap most of them don't even see yet. They can't sell because the prices they paid in 2021 and 2022 are gone, and dropping it feels like admitting a six-figure loss. They can't stay because the renewal's landing at $400, $700, or even upwards of $1,000 higher on their monthly payment, and they can't refinance their way out because the equity they need to pull may not be available anymore. If you're sitting in that mortgage right now, feeling stuck, you're not crazy, you're not behind, you're in what I call a standoff with the market. And the longer you wait for someone else to blink or for something to try and save you, the worse the math can potentially get. Here's the thing about this. There's a few ways out of this trap. And to be honest with you, most of these options are wrong for pretty much everyone. So let's look at the hard data and figure out which one might be right for you. Here are the rules of the video. We're not doing rate predictions. We're not doing hype or headlines. It's just math, cash flow, and exit strategies that might fit your unique situation. You might be asking, why does this matter to you specifically? Well, it's because if you bought between 2020 and 2022, your renewal is hitting in the next 6 to 18 months. And the bank rep you're going to have a chat with, the one that's got about a 5-minute renewal window and a very specific script, well, they only have one tool in their toolkit. They're going to hand you a piece of paper with an interest rate on it and hope you sign it and move on with their day completely. Now, the thing about this is math doesn't care about headlines. It cares about the numbers and it cares about the interest rates and the math behind them. So let's actually run some real numbers so we can see what this would actually look like. Let's set the table on this. A typical Canadian household, $500,000 mortgage with a 25-year amortization, originally locked in around 2% in 2021. Their payment back then was about $21.16 a month. That mortgage is renewing right now at, let's say, 4.89 for a fixed conventional interest rate on a 3 or 5 year term. Their new payment is going to be about $28.76 a month. That's an additional $760 more every single month for the next 3 to 5 years. That's $9,120 a year or $45,600 over a 5-year term in extra cash flow they have to find somewhere else. Now, option one is that you can't afford the payment, so you sell. Except the home you paid $750,000 for in 2022 is now appraising at, let's say, $680,000 today. You'd be walking away with less equity than you put in. And after realtor fees, legal fees, closing costs, you're looking at a hit of about $90,000 to $110,000. The sell door has a price tag most people aren't willing to pay. That brings us to option two. You stay put and absorb the payment. It sounds simple, except $760 a month is the difference between groceries and groceries plus daycare. The stay door closes you off to different lifestyle choices. And a lot of times with the stay door, you just sign for a 5-year fixed on that renewal agreement without exploring other options and strategies. So you take that higher payment without getting any further ahead because of it and sort of hedging yourself against future issues. And then, of course, option three. You refinance to pull equity, consolidate, restructure, 30-year amortization, whatever. Except every major bank is going to be looking at the equity of your house again, and they're going to be stress testing you at today's mortgage rates, which makes it more difficult to qualify and may put you in a position where you don't have enough equity to access certain programs like a 30-year amortization. All three of these doors look closed, and that's the trap behind it. Now, here's where most people give up and just sign whatever the bank puts in front of them. Don't do that. Keep watching. Here's what 80% of homeowners do when they hit this point. They wait, or they sign for the lowest 5-year fix that their bank is willing to offer them on renewal. And they tell themselves that the Bank of Canada is going to cut rates and this will all sort itself out. And that just kind of leads into hoping, which is not a mortgage strategy. Even if the Bank of Canada drops the overnight rate by another 0.5% over the next 12 months, which is a generous assumption, your fixed renewal rate isn't going to drop the same amount. Fixed rates are based on the bond yield in the bond market, not the Bank of Canada. And because of the US-Iran stuff, the bond market's a little bit interesting right now. So waiting 6 months to renew or taking that lowest early renewal fixed rate product, sure, you might save 0.1 or 0.2% on the rate, which is going to be like $25 or $50 on that $500,000 mortgage. But in that process, you've spent 6 months bleeding mental energy refreshing rate watch articles and hoping that the market comes to save you. The second mistake people make, they take the bank posted rates or the bank rates that are offered at the earliest convenience and sign for it. The bank knows that most renewers won't shop the market. They're scared, they're afraid, they're stressed, they're busy. So they offer you a rate that's in some cases 30 to 50 basis points higher than what they can normally offer you or offer new clients. On a $500,000 mortgage, that's another $80 to $130 a month, or $5,000 to $8,000 over the course of a 5-year term, paid for absolutely nothing. All right, this is where I'm going to give you something most people don't really see or talk about. There's a fourth door, and it's the one most banks really never coach customers through because it requires strategy, not just signing a renewal form. And generally, it's going to cost them money because it's going to save you money. Here's the setup. On that same $500,000 mortgage, fixed today would be around 4.89%. That's a payment of $28.76 a month. Variable is sitting at, let's say, 4.25% with a payment of $26.96 a month, which is about $180 a month cheaper. Now, here's where most people get it wrong. They take the variable because it's the lowest payment, and they take that $180 and put it in their pocket and call it a win. Now, if you need improved cash flow, sure, this does help, but at the same time, what happens if rates go up? It doesn't really protect you at all. That's the trap inside the trap, because if rates move up even 0.5%, that lower payment vanishes. Suddenly, the question stops being what's cheapest and starts being, why does this feel stressful? Why the heck didn't I go fixed? Here's the strategy the banks won't walk you through. You take the variable at $26.96 per month, and then you voluntarily increase your payments to $28.76, the exact same out-of-pocket cost as the fixed rate mortgage. Now, this isn't going to improve cash flow, but what this does is takes that variable rate mortgage and hedges your bets. It's the same money leaving your account every month that would have happened if you just signed the renewal. But now the extra $180 a month, it's not interest, it's 100% principal. Every dollar of it goes directly towards reducing what you owe. Now, let's run 2 scenarios because this is where the math gets interesting. Scenario 1, rates go up by 0.5%. Your variable rate climbs to 4.75. Your new payment is $28.37. But you've already been paying $28.76. So your payment shock isn't $141 a month, it's zero. You absorb the increase before it even hits your bank account. There's no panic, there's no stress, there's no regret. And for the time where the rate was lower, you're paying your balance down faster, saving in interest, and putting yourself in a better position for the future. Now, for scenario 2, let's say the Bank of Canada actually cuts rates over the next 12 to 24 months, which is quite viable. Let's say rates drop by 0.5%. Variables would now sit at 3.75%, making your payment drop to $2,571. But you keep paying $28.76. Now, $305 every month is pure principal. Over the next 4 years, that's an extra $14,600 paid down on your balance without changing a single thing in your budget and utilizing the numbers that you would have already had to pay because of the renewal. And if rates drop by a full 1%, you're putting over $430 a month towards the principal. That's about $20,000 in extra payments paid down over the course of 4 years. You're shaving years off your amortization without really feeling it, putting yourself into a better position so that if rates do climb again, which they probably will, it's a giant circle. They go down, they go up, they go down, they go up. No matter what happens, you're paying your balance down faster, putting yourself in a position where rate cycles like this are no longer scary. You can handle it. That's 2 scenarios where both of them win. That's the door most homeowners don't even know exists. And it's the door your bank rep with their 5-minute renewal window, and good luck even getting that, is never going to walk you through. Now, if you're staring down a renewal in the next 6 to 18 months and want to know if these numbers work for you, there's a link in the description where you can book a call with me and my team. It's no pressure, just clarity, running numbers, seeing what works for you. And if you're still not sure whether fixed or variable is the right strategy and the differences between the two, I break all that down in this video right over here. My name is Myles Nowik, owner of the Nowik Mortgage Team, powered by ND Mortgage. If you got value out of this video, maybe hit that like and subscribe button so more people like you can see it, and we'll see you on the next one.